Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy, girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about how to DM a girl on Instagram. There's a very good strategy you can follow, but it's going to require you to have a decent Instagram profile, and you're going to have good texting game as well. I went over this in my Tinder video, which I'll link right here and also in the description. And the premise of that was, look, you're on a platform that is very superficial. Yes, you can express yourself in a particular way and market yourself properly, but unless you're doing that with a lot of focus and some knowledge, you're not going to be doing it in such a way that somehow you not looking good and not having a cool life it's going to compensate for that. You can't just go on your phone, and you have a blank Instagram profile and then somehow you're going to DM some random Instagram thought and then all of a sudden she's going to, fly to you and suck your dick. I know that sounds cool, and I have that fantasy as well. I have talked to girls on Instagram and set up things with them, even though I haven't met them. But I did have a decent profile where they saw what I was doing with my life. I was getting with a lot of girls. They've seen my YouTube videos, so I've had fans message me. And I take care of myself. I know how to present myself. I know how to dress well. And I have game, right? And I have very good texting game. So there's a good setup for me to work Instagram. That's not meant to brag. I'm just trying to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to sell you snake oil where somehow I'm going to give you some secret texting tip and you're just going to go, doo-doo-doo-doo, pussy. That's not how it works, okay? I'm going to tell you the truth always. I'm going to keep it real. So you need to have a good profile for this to even work. And just like on Tinder, you have to have good fucking photos because that's all she has is those photos. Your bio has a 5% effect on her attraction rate, maybe a 10%, but 90% of it is your profile pictures. So you first need to have a decent Instagram profile. So get good photos. And if you want to learn how to be more photogenic, I actually have a video right here about being more photogenic, and that'll help you take the photos that are going to be attractive to girls on Instagram and give you good profile picture tips that you could always follow. And you want to be very careful with what you post on Instagram. And you need to be getting followers, and you can get followers by many different means, but probably the best way to get organic followers is to go out and be meeting people and be social. Because like I said before, Instagram, or I haven't said it yet, Instagram needs to be an auxiliary, additional way that you're bringing in girls to your life. You should be mostly getting girls from meeting them during the day and doing day game. And I have another video right here on how to open girls during day game. It's a fucking 30-minute video. It gives you every detail you could possibly ask for. So if you can't meet girls during the day after you watch that, we got a problem. Also, you need to be going out and meeting girls at the bars and at the clubs, because that is the best way to meet a girl with your full personality, your full arsenal of who you are. Because like I said, Instagram is very limited and she's only seeing a couple dimensions of your personality. But when you're in person, there's a voice tonality that she can't see or that she can feel, but she can't really see on Instagram unless there's a video. But even then, it has a completely different effect of when you're actually in person and feeling that person's vibe. You have mannerisms that she's not going to be able to pick up on. There's eye contact that you're going to be able to have in person that's not going to transmit over Instagram. And so your full attractiveness basically is not being demonstrated on social media or on applications like Tinder. And also, it's just more fun to meet girls in person, and it makes you more social and better in general. So when you're out meeting girls during the day or at night, it's going to feed into not only your follower account, because now you're getting friends and socializing, so you're getting more socially equipped and more socially calibrated, but it's also going to be training you better to work online on an Instagram, because now you have people who are more prepared to respond to your messages. The girl that you meet in person is much more likely to respond to your Instagram DM than some random girl on Instagram. And so that's what I'm actually going to get into, is the two different types of girls you're going to be messaging on Instagram. But I want to reiterate again, your profile needs to be good. If you have fucking 5,000, 10,000 followers, you're going to have a much better time on Instagram. If you don't, then you need to start building it up. Think of it as your resume, and you have to start getting contacts and references and put a good intro video basically, or good demonstrations of what your life is like. So fill your Instagram with beautiful pictures, fun pictures, you doing cool things, get a lot of followers, start getting texting practice. Texting game is very, very important in our day and age. If you don't want to be good on Instagram, then don't fucking watch this video. But if you want to be good on Instagram, you're going to have to put some fucking work into it and treat it like its own investment, just like your Tinder profile and just like your own person in person when you're gaming girls in real life. Think of it as just completely different personalities of yourself, but you want to make it one streamlined thing where you're feeding all of these funnels with girls and it's coming into your life. Okay, so now to the actual tips of DMing girls. So when you are DMing a girl that you know versus a girl you don't know, you have slightly different strategies, kind of. So with a girl you know, it's the easiest. You've met her at a club or met her during the day and then you exchange Instagram. This is usually something you're going to do in Europe because people don't really give their phone numbers out at first. If you're in America, then it's, hit or miss. Either you get a phone number or you get Instagram. And so you add her, she adds you. I would also advise that when you add a girl on Instagram in person, you make sure she follows you back. Because sometimes you'll follow her and she's like, okay, I'll follow you. And be like, no, follow me. Make ssure don't be stupid and needy about it. But she's like, oh, hey, did you follow me? Okay, cool. Now I'll send you a message. So now the first message is out of the way, because sometimes you have to get out of the request folder. Because sometimes if you haven't followed her yet or she hasn't followed you yet, but you're following her and you send her a message, now you're in the requested. You're in the shadow inbox. But if she's following you and then you send the first message and she opens it and she sees it, now you guys have linked, and so Instagram is going to say, okay, they've already talked. So when you send her another message, it's just going to pop up like any other message. And this is especially important with girls who have high follower accounts. If she has thousands of followers and she's really pretty, you can fucking bet she's getting stormed with fucking DMs. And you want to make sure you're in that main DM box and not the requested, because sometimes the girls will just auto decline all of the ones in the requested because she's like, if I don't know them, then I don't give a shit, because they're following shitty strategies and just randomly messaging her either dick pics or just, hey, beautiful. So you need to make sure that you are following her and she's following you. Then what you can do is you just send her a normal message like, hey, it was great meeting you. How did the rest of your day go? Or maybe you met her at the club. How did the rest of your night go? And then you start to get into a conversation. It's very simple. Also, you can randomly message her a few days after this first conversation or after you add her. You're like, hey, what's up, Clarissa? I was thinking I had a great time talking to you the other night and we should grab a coffee this week. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, great. What day are you free? Oh, I'm free on this day. Okay, let's do this day at this time. Boom. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Great. See you then. It's really fucking simple. I've done it. It works. It's consistent and simple. If you have a bit of a flirtier vibe with her, let's pretend that you guys made out the other night, but you didn't take her home. Then you have to be a little bit more warm. You want to message her something like, hey, beautiful. It was great meeting you last night. Kissy face emoji. And she can say, yeah, it was so nice meeting you too. And then you have a conversation, talk. And then you say, hey, I would love to see you again and grab a coffee this week. Let's do it. Yeah, that'd be cool. Same thing. Once you go for the date, the template is super simple. Let's do this thing, go for a walk, get coffee, ice cream, and say it in the most simple terms possible. You have to hide it. You don't have to make it smooth. Just be super fucking direct. Then she says yes, and then you say, what days are you free? What's your schedule like? You can be creative in the way that you ask this question, but you want to be very clear that you're asking for specific days that she's free. Are you free this week? What day are you free this week? What's your schedule like this week? Many different iterations, but the same message is being conveyed. Then she responds what day she's free. You pick one that's good for you, and you say, okay, great. Once you get the day, then you say the time and the place. You just take control. You say, okay, let's do 7 p.m. at this coffee shop. That sounds great. Cool. I'll see you then. Smiley face. Cool. Then you have a date set up. And remember also, if there's a time period of usually more than 2 days between you setting up the date, so let's say you set up the date on Monday and the date is on Thursday, you want to text her maybe Tuesday and just say something like, hey, Alex, I hope your day's going great. It's beautiful outside, smiley face. Not an acknowledgement, a well-wishing text. You're not trying to, hey, what's up? How are you? How's your day going? Like being too needy for her time, it's a very high value thing to do. Imagine getting a message from a person you really love and you really respect. It's just like, hey man, I hope your day's going really great. I miss you. Or, hey, I thought of you and I just wanted to say hi and I hope you're doing well. That's really high value shit. I do that all the time with friends, and I do it with girls that I'm dating and sleeping with, and also girls that I'm gonna go on a date with the next day or the day after. I'm just like, hey, hope you're doing well today. Smiley face. So simple. And it's great, and it keeps the vibes really warm and fuzzy. And then she's like, okay, he's not just like putting me in his index, like he actually cares, and you should actually care. So that's a good routine to follow for a girl that you do know. Also, you can reply to a story of hers. You can just use an emoji reply where you see like a story and then you press reply to the story and you just put like heart eyes emoji. Or you can give a little bit more of a substantive response where she has a picture of her cat. And you're like, oh, your cat's so cute. Or she's doing something cool, like she's traveling. Be like, oh, cool. When did you get to Italy? Make a comment of some sort. And then that can start a conversation. Now, I think that it's best, let's say you have a girl that you've known for a while and you're like, okay, I want to ask her out over Instagram, but you haven't done it yet. So this is more for girls that you just met, right? So let's say you have a girl that you've known for a while. What you want to do there is usually you want to wait until she's watching your stories. That's the biggest sign if a girl likes you. Liking your posts is all right. Commenting is usually a very good sign. But liking your posts is think of it as approach invitation. So when you're in person, a girl gives you an approach invitation by standing nearby you, kind of giving you looks. There's a lot of different things to see if she's interested in you. The same thing happens on Instagram. It just has a different form. Instead of her looking at you, it's liking your post. And then her looking at you for 3 seconds, which is a huge sign of interest in person, like she's fucking staring at you and begging you to talk to her. That's her looking at all of your stories. I always know that a girl likes me based on if she's watching my stories. And this actually translates to girls that you haven't met either. But if you are seeing that she's following your stories and watching multiples, message her. Hey, what's up? Long time no see, or long time no talk. How you been? Smiley face. Great way to start a conversation. And there's a very likely chance she's going to respond. If she liked your post, I'd say it's like a 60 to 70% chance. If she commented, it's probably like 90, 95. And if she's watching your stories, it's like a 90, 95% chance that she's going to respond. In my experience. Now, I have a very unique Instagram situation where I'm very open about the fact that I'm being a dating coach, even with my closest friends, everyone knows. So it creates an interesting dynamic, but if you break it down to the basic social variables, it's just he's a high value guy who's getting a lot of pussy and he's helping people and making money doing it. So you actually probably have a better chance than I do because I have such issues with girls thinking that I'm just, doing magic tricks on them or, manipulating them into bed. It's a huge contention point. It's my biggest contention point because it's really hot that I'm getting laid with a bunch of girls, but it also it's like, okay, I'm just another girl or he's, manipulating me in some way and using me for sex. And so that's my big barrier. But if you're just a normal guy with a cool life, then you don't have that problem. And so you're gonna have just pure value. So if a girl's watching your stories or liking your posts or commenting, it's normally a very, very good sign. And if I can get success from it, you definitely can. Because I'm playing life on hard mode pretty much. Now, if you don't know her, then what's going to happen is that if she's not even following you and you're going to go for a random ass DM, just super sliding in, you're going to need to have a good Instagram profile. Now, your message doesn't have to be that great. I've gotten responses from pretty hot girls in my, and it was a very normal message like, hey, what's up? You're beautiful. I just wanted to come tell you that. Like I do in person. And sometimes I get left unseen and sometimes I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. And they aren't even following me. But if they're following you, then that's much easier to do. And if you're wondering, people follow people that they don't know all the fucking time. You post something cool, but that's going to require you to post stuff. You see, you have to build up your business. Basically, you have to be posting something for her to want to see you, right? Or if you're out and being social, girls are going to know about you via other girls because girls fucking talk. They're going to be like, hey, I met this super hot guy. Check out his Instagram. Okay, cool. And then she starts watching your stories and starts following you. If a girl's not following you, but she's watching your stories, that's a super secret sign that she likes you. I actually have had nearly 100% success. Not quite, but very high percentage of success when girls don't follow me. And then they're watching my stories. and consistently. It's like, okay, why isn't she following me? But she's curious about me. It's very, very interesting. So definitely send a girl a DM. And just go on your stories. You can see who's watching your stories. You click on your stories and you scroll down and it shows a list if you don't know how to work Instagram exactly. Spend some time learning how to navigate it too. There's a lot of little things that you might not know about. And you can even check like if they're going to your next stories. Think of it as a business marketing tool, right? You use it to examine how well you're marketing yourself. So if she's watching your stories but doesn't follow you, message her and have this. If you haven't met her, then you need to. I like to just show my interest up front so she knows I'm interested in her sexually. Hey, and don't say, hey, I want to fuck you. Say, hey, I think you're really beautiful and I just wanted to say hello. If you have to follow her to get into there, then you see her following or you see her watching stories. You follow her, she follows you back. Great sign. I would usually wait till she follows you back or accepts your follow request so you don't get stuck again in the unseen inbox. That's super important. I bet a lot of guys have lost pussy that they could have gotten if they just followed good Instagram protocol. So send her a direct message compliment and then get in a conversation, and then probably 15-20 texts in you could probably ask her out on a date. But always remember, you have to get the date. The point is not to do conversation. The point of conversation in Instagram is just to use it as a funnel to meet her in person. Talking to a hot girl on Instagram is great, but fucking her in real life, even better. So let's see, what else? If she is not following you and you haven't met her, but she's commenting, even greater sign, unless it's one of those spam posts. Sometimes those really high value girls, they just like, they'll post on guys, they'll comment on something and make you think that they like you. And I've had that happen. They're like, love hearty face. I'm like, oh, this girl's really hot. Does she want the dick? And then she follows me and then I go message her and she leaves me on scene or doesn't message me. And then like 2 days later, she unfollows me. And I'm like, oh, you're such a cunt. You just like gave me the impression you liked me and then got me to follow you and then unfollowed. I hate people like that who follow you just to get the follow back and then they unfollow you. It's such fucking... It's like the equivalent of being at a club and be like, yeah, I'm so cool, everyone pay attention to me, but I'm not going to give anyone any attention. Fuck those people. They're usually really, really garbage human beings. Being completely honest. So if they comment, go ahead and give it a shot. I mean, fuck it. What do you have to lose? As long as you're not sending dick pics or some weird ass fucking message, you're not going to get reported. You might get blocked, I guess. But, if you're not doing anything fucking super weird, then it's totally fine to just slide in DMs. And the only way to really know when is best and how to do it and tailor your messages perfectly is to practice, right? So what I'm teaching you is approach invitations, learning when it's very likely for her to respond. But in the end, if you like a girl, just fucking message her. But those should be that should be a good process for you to get good reactions from girls on Instagram. I just gave you some very simple text messages to send her. And then the rest is up to your texting game. If you need help with texting game and getting girls out on dates with texting, that's going to require a little bit more information. We actually have a product called One Date, which teaches you how to, again, it's super important if you're meeting girls in person at night or during the day, how to meet them, how to ask them out, then get their number, then text them, then get them on the date with texting, and then what to say on the date, and then how to take her home and have sex with her, and then how to turn her into a girlfriend. All within one date. It's very, very possible. But there's a very good section in that product about texting. And also Chase is the guy who owns the website, of course, for those of you who don't know, girlschase.com. He has a texting book as well. So if you get both of them, they're going to be the perfect repertoire to help you take this knowledge of DMing girls on Instagram and then have your life full of women in general, but then use Instagram as a secondary auxiliary funnel for getting bitches and pussy and girlfriends and wives and loves of your lives into your life. So check that out in the description below. Okay, this is Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please follow me on Instagram, and you can send me DMs about you trying to slide in DMs, girls' DMs, and I'll give you some criticism. And I usually post my texts pretty frequently. I'm very open about how I game and how I present my life. I try to be as transparent as possible and honest as possible, even when I embarrass myself, and I do embarrass myself on a pretty regular basis. So follow me on Instagram right here, and it's also in the description, and maybe David will he already did put a fancy Instagram thing. He's working on the animation season. He's good. So, what else? Did I forget something? Nope. Okay. Ciao.